Okay, I'm going to show you how I got this jet out of here. I have a jetted tub, so my wife's no longer using it. You can see I have 1, 2, 3, there's 4 jets here. So, and here's the return. So my wife didn't want to use this tub anymore. We wanted to see if we can somehow convert it to a garden tub. So we're gonna see if we can get the jets out in a sane kind of way. Of course, when you try to clean these drains, you can't never get anything or everything out of it. So we decided to do this. So looking at that nasty gunk that's in there probably behind all of these. Now I've taken one of them off, so I know this will kind of work. So hopefully this video will help somebody get this off. Here's the one that I did take all the way off. So again, you can see it's all the way out. And the key to it is just that. See those little keys, those little keyways there? This thing comes all the way off here, silicone behind it. So there's a hose behind it, and there's something I'm gonna do to those hoses before I let them drop to the back of the tub, or the bottom of the tub, because there may be a little water still left in them. So what I found online from, I believe it's spa.com. I'll put the link there, or let you know later on in the video where I got it from, but it's this thing right here. Dun, 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 dun. So look at this. So those little keyways in here, and that's a 4-way. And look, this one right here is a universal. This is a universal. This 4-way thing fits right in there, and then locks in. Boom. Then you twist it and turn this thing out. Of course, you want to cut the silicone with a utility knife. Try to get it loosened up, because it is really difficult to do without cutting that silicone first. So, and the return that I have here, that has 6 keyways, but have no fear. Second one has 6. It fits in here. Boom, it fits right in there, really tight. So again, we should be to twist this one off as well. So this particular type of tub, I'm not really sure the brand of it, but if you have one like this, you should be able to get these off the same way. This one, you just take and turn counterclockwise. It's the outer part of it right here. Just take and twist it, and it'll come right loose. Came right out. All right, next is this little, I guess, little thing that that you can aim it with, whatever. That comes right on out. See, it's gone. And behind it is a little plastic ring, and then behind that is a little O-ring. All right, so again, the O-ring goes in first, then the plastic thing, I guess, so when you tighten this down, it can turn without messing up that rubber thing. So we don't care about that. It's going. All right, next thing, behind there, just because it will get in the way, is a 9/16 kind of hex bit right there. These things they're not really in there tight. So let me see if I can. All right, yeah. So once you break the torque on that, I don't know what it is or what it's there for, but came out pretty easy. All right, boom. All right, there it is down there. You can't see it, a little bit of water in there. So again, before I take this all the way out, there's some things that I want to do when I'm taking this thing loose. When I get it loose, I think I'm going to do it before I actually take it all the way off. So what I'm going to do is dry it out real good and try to get all the gunk and things out of there. Next thing I'm going to do is take a piece of sponge. It's all-purpose sponge. I'm going to take and cut a piece off, and I'm going to stuff it back there as far as I can into that tube. There's something there. I'm really not sure what it is, but I don't know if I can get past that. It looks like it's part of something, but just like the one I did here on the other side, whatever it is behind there, it doesn't really come out of the hose. It's part of the hose. So I'm going to take and stuff it with a sponge. Then I'm going to take some silicone and fill it in most of the way on these smaller jets. On the return, once I get that return out, because there's a large hole there, it's a lot bigger than the other hole. So what I'm going to do is the same thing. I'm going to stuff a sponge in there. You can actually see where it kind of turns the corner. So I'm going to stuff a sponge all the way in there. Maybe clean some of that out first. Put a sponge in there, stuff it with sponge, and I'm going to put some silicone in it to create a seal, just in case when I let it go behind the tub, if there's any water in the tube, it doesn't leak into the floor or whatever. Even though I don't think it'd be much, I don't want anything to leak. So siliconing it up, and then once that silicone, so you know, we can make sure we're really ready. I'm gonna take some spray foam, some window non-expanding foam, and then fill it the rest of the way, all the way to the front. And once that's in there, I'm gonna drop those hoses behind this on the side of the tub, and we'll have just some holes there that we can clean up, you know, the residue once we got all of these out. So I'm gonna come back. Let's see if we can start one, maybe turn one out, but I'm not gonna show the whole process. But again, with this tool, they all come out. And again, don't know if I'll be able to hold the video or do the video while I'm doing this, but again, I'm just taking this knife and trying to get behind it as far as I can, because the silicone is all the way behind this. The silicone is from the inside of the lip to the outside. It's not just around the very edge. You can see it right here. So when you start to turn it, it is holding on to some of that, unless you can cut some of that away from the edge before you. Okay. I did my best to cut some silicone from around it. Be real careful not to snap your blade here. You know, you want to put some on your eyes or whatever, but it's kind of hard. The blade's gonna flex a little bit. Try to get as much of it as you can from behind there. Again, right here, these little 4 keyways goes into the keyway here. So let's hope this one doesn't give me as much as a fight. Just like the other one, it wasn't that hard. It just took a lot. And here we go. Actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and stuff this bad boy or something. Again, let me take some of this and stuff it down in there. Because you can see where it's going to separate. There's a place right about here where the thread stops, and it hooks onto something that's black. That's part of the hose. So I don't know where that went, but I stuffed something down in there. Stuffed a piece of sponge, and that's all I'm trying to do is make sure that it doesn't leak when I put the hose behind it or let it fall down behind it. Just trying to make sure it doesn't leak. So again, there's some of that. Right now, I'm going to take some caulk. Let's cut it real small because we don't know how it'd be nice if I bought something to punch it up with. Pause. Okay. Got something to puncture that with. So now I'm just gonna put some sealant in there, and I put some sponge in there a little bit earlier to kind of dry it out. Just make sure it's, you know, it'll adhere a little bit. So here we go. I'm gonna put something in there, and here it goes up in there, around, and not too much. Just want to cover the hole because I don't want it to get all into what I'm about to take off from here. So again, get it up in there and let's release the pressure a little bit. Okay. All right. So here we go. This stuff is sticky. Doing it with my hand. This might be made to use a wrench on it or something, a pipe wrench maybe. But again, this is turning. It's kind of doing it without me having to use a kind of big wrench. Gotta put some pressure on it though, because it's not keyed in there that far. So every now and then you might need to check it because it's loosening, but there's a separation because the pipe wants to pull back into the wall once you get it disconnected. So it may look like it's just turning and spinning and not coming forward, but as you can see, there's space behind that now. I can almost get my finger behind it as I'm turning, and it is loosening. So I'm going to keep on and then see how far. If it drops down, it's okay because we got that covered. If not, then I'll see if I need to put something else, more sealant or something on it before I actually push it behind there. So here we go. Looks like we're almost disconnected. Ta-da! It's off. And I can see my pipe fell down a little bit. And again, because I filled it with something, I don't think it'll leak. But just in case. I can see it, I can lift it up. So why not put more silicone right there before I let it go? Why not? I got a lot of it. So again, with the spray foam stuff, I'm not going to use it on here because as you can see, it's already, it's not that big a hole, but I believe as long as I get enough silicone in there and those sponges that I have in there, I think we'll be okay. And again, I don't think it's much water in the hose left. I did run the tub for a few seconds with no water in it, and I did get a little bit of water coming out, those jets, just a little bit. So I think I did all I could do as far as getting the water out the line. So we don't know what's going to happen when we drop it down there, but again, right now, we don't care because we get this bad boy sealed up. And you don't want to make a mess of the silicone. I don't want to get it all over this space. All right, right there. It's got a little uptick, whatever. So I don't think it'll leak anyway. But it's just back there. So all right, 1 down, 4 jets, and a return to go.